Have you ever been in that moment, where you have that invisible barrier, that lump in your throat, right when you're about to ask for something you truly need? It's this silent struggle that so many of us face. And let me tell you, it's not because you're not deserving, it's because we've never really been taught the art and the science of asking. So in this explainer, we're going to unravel this whole puzzle piece by piece. So let's get right to it. What is at the heart of this fear? I mean, why does a simple request sometimes feel like this huge monumental task? Well, the answer isn't on the surface. Nope. It's actually woven into the very fabric of our minds. So let's start our journey to uncover these hidden roots together. To really get a handle on this, we're going to explore 4 key areas. First, we'll look at the brain's own hardwiring for fear. Then, we'll move on to the emotional culprits that keep us quiet. After that, we'll dive into a quest for clarity, figuring out what we really want. And finally, we'll tap into the powerful energy of asking. Think of this as your personal guide to breaking down those inner barriers. All right, our journey begins deep inside the mind. In this first section, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of our brain's fear architecture and see how it actually shapes our reluctance to ask for things. Okay, so deep inside your brain, there's this tiny almond-shaped thing called the amygdala. You can think of it as your brain's primal security guard, and believe me, it has been on duty for millions of years. Now, what's absolutely fascinating is that to your amygdala, the fear of social rejection feels just as real as a physical threat. So when you hesitate to ask for that raise, it's not just you being shy, it's literally your ancient brain screaming, "Danger! Danger!" This fear, it's kind of like an onion. It's got layers, and they get way more intense as you start peeling them back. So on the surface, you got this simple fear of just hearing the word no. But if you dig a little deeper, you find the next layer, the fear of being seen as weak or incompetent. But at the very core, that's where the most painful fear of all is hiding. This deep belief that maybe we're unworthy, unlovable, and that our needs just don't matter. You know that moment when your mind goes completely blank right before you're about to ask for something really important? Well, that's not just nerves, it's a real thing called an amygdala hijack. Your emotional brain literally takes over and shuts down your rational thought. But here's the key. Understanding this isn't an excuse. It's actually the first step to reclaiming control. Okay, so now that we've got a handle on the brain's role in all this, let's turn to the emotional saboteurs that just crank up our fear. We're talking about pride, shame, and ego. These 3 emotions, they are absolute masters of deception. Pride, it convinces you that you have to be an island, that you have to do it all alone, when in reality, our greatest strength lies in connection. Then shame whispers in your ear that your needs are a burden, that they're embarrassing, when in fact, they're the very foundation of any genuine relationship. And then there's ego, the ultimate illusionist. It tells you that asking is a sign of weakness, when it's actually the ultimate act of self-empowerment. Wow, this image is just such a stark reminder of the self-sabotage we put ourselves through. We are all, at times, that drowning person, just too proud to admit that we're struggling. We let our ego convince us that it's somehow better to sink than to ask for a lifeline. I mean, just think about it. How many opportunities, relationships, and even dreams have we let slip away because of this false sense of self-reliance? All right, our journey now takes a bit of a cognitive turn. In this next section, we're going to explore the paradox of wanting, which is this often unconscious barrier of not even knowing what it is we truly need. This is the perfect metaphor for our desires. It's like an iceberg, right? What we see on the surface is just a tiny fraction of what's really going on underneath. You might think you want more money, but what you're truly craving is the freedom, the stability, the sense of control that comes with it. When we don't understand our deeper needs, we just end up chasing the wrong things and we're left feeling, well, unfulfilled. But here's the empowering truth. Clarity is a muscle, and you can totally build it. It all starts with a simple but really profound question. What do I really want? From there, you can start to craft your requests with precision and intention. And the ultimate test of your newfound clarity? Just ask yourself this. If my wish were granted right now, would it truly satisfy my deepest need? Our final destination on this journey is the realm of energy. In this last section, we'll explore the subtle, yet incredibly powerful, forces that shape the outcome of our requests. Because it's not just what you say, it's how you feel when you say it. Have you ever felt the difference between a desperate plea and a confident request? You can feel it, right? One feels like a heavy weight and the other feels like an invitation. This is the power of energy. When you ask from a place of lack, from desperation, people can feel it and they instinctively pull away. But when you ask from a place of wholeness and confidence, you create an opening for connection, for collaboration. This quote right here is a total game changer. People don't buy your words, they buy your energy. Let that sink in. You can have the most perfectly crafted request, the most eloquent speech, but if your inner state is one of desperation, that's what people will respond to. Your true power isn't in your words, it's in the calm, confident energy you bring to the conversation. When you are grounded in your own worth, you just become a magnet for support and cooperation. So, as we come to the end of our journey, I'm going to leave you with this question to really think about. Is your silence a shield or is it a cage? Because the price of not asking, it's a life half lived. It's the love you never express, the dreams you never chase, the potential you never fully realize. The power to change all of that is in your hands. So what will you ask for? The world is waiting.